What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. Because I was like, how come when people die, I don't cry at funerals? How come when I get the news, yo, such and such just passed? It's like, I be wanting to feel sad, and because in the moment, but it's just like, all right. Oh, how you like, you so strong, man. You trying to stay strong. I'm not trying to stay strong. I'm not trying to do anything. I thoroughly understand that. I understand what life is, and I understand what death is, so I have no reason to understand it. So then I started to uncover that, again, the grief and the heart chakra, the grief and then the trauma is all one and the same. You feel me? Your trauma is what opens you up to that level. My trauma happened when I was a kid. You feel me? So I was already there. It was just a matter of me understanding the rest. You know? When I was 17 months old, I got ran over by a car. That was my traumatic experience. My first one. You know what I mean? And it opened me up. So from there, everything else became easy. And that's how I was able to do the shit that I was able to do. But again, this isn't about me. This is about chakras. You feel me? So, yeah. So these points, each thing you have to understand in order to get to the higher point. To understand and see the illusion, which is the third eye chakra. That's your inner vision. You feel what I'm saying? If you do not know your religion, you should not be following it. I'm just saying, I don't give a fuck. Yes, you can read it and quote it, but understand this shit. Understand this shit. Understand why the fuck it was given to your ass. In the language that you don't fucking speak. That your language was taken from you, given back to you in a bastardized language, and then you had to understand it from that language. You think the shit is real. See how that's how they gotta keep you on your third. In your third dimension. But even on the third, you gotta keep it down on first, because you gotta understand the chakras. You gotta understand the chakra energy, which then helps you with your vibrational thought. But again, I'm kind of getting off. So so once you uncover the illusion, this is when you get to the ground. They always tell you, I don't care what you study or whatever they say, do not uncover the crown. Do not go to uncover the crown until you have mastered the root chakra. Here's the reason why. Because the crown chakra, which is God consciousness, is blocked by earthly attachment. No God can be bound to this earth. Like, not the physical shit, none of that shit. Like, you are above temptation. You are above all of this other carnal shit. You feel what I'm saying? So you cannot, in your carnality, become a God. I don't give a fuck how many times you call yourself that shit. Because you still have these earthly attachments. When these things dictate your reality, when these things help, like, they can control your emotions, like, you have to get to that point. Now, I'm not saying when you get to this point you don't feel anymore. You know how to feel, why you feel, and when you should feel it. All of these emotions, all of the shit that we have, and when we are on a certain frequency, they dictate us. But when we elevate to a certain point, we dictate them. We determine, yo, I should feel like this. I shouldn't feel like this. I don't really give a fuck. I do give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But that comes from understanding the basics and the foundational levels, right? So we get to the seventh chakra. Now, once we brought through the earthly attachments and shit, and these earthly attachments are everything. They even your family, even your friends. Like, now people think, oh, I can't let them go. It's not about letting go. It's about being in a position that if they left, you wouldn't care. Now, again, objectively speaking, that's not a bad. Subjectively speaking, it's like, yo, you just don't give a fuck. I do. But at the same time, you have to let things play themselves out. You know what I'm saying? You don't grieve over the flower that you watch bloom when it dies because you know what season is done. You feel what I'm saying? That's an earthly attachment when you know a friendship might be over. You know a relationship might be over. You know a certain situation is, and you try to hold on to it, and you end up suffocating it and killing it a lot more. You feel what I'm saying? Sometimes it's a matter of letting it go. And that's that fear, that inherent fear of death, since it's back down to the root chakra, that inherent fear of death makes us do things to prolong life. which ultimately kills us more. You feel what I'm saying? It ultimately kills us more. As opposed to enhancing life, we prolong it. Word choice is very important in that. Think about this. A motherfucker can get diagnosed with cancer, right? They'd rather go to chemo than change their eating habits. Feel me? They'd rather prolong life than enhance it.